The royal concubine came at me every single day trying to start something. I just didn't care. She wanted control of the household? Fine. She wanted my husband's affection? Take it. Even wanted the title of first wife? Sure. Meanwhile, I was out here living my best life. Life was genuinely great, until she crossed a line she should never have crossed. I was away at the temple. She actually had the nerve to pull something like that. My husband, Shen-xun, was the war god of the great Jia Empire. Never lost a single battle. Had the Xiongnu running for their lives. A young general like that? What girl with a heartbeat wouldn't fall for him? I was head over heels. But on our wedding day, he didn't show up to escort me. He didn't even come for the ceremony. Made me the biggest laughingstock in all of the capital. I yanked the red veil off my head and tossed it on the floor. Groom on your wedding day? Yeah, the veil can go too. The guests all stared at my face. They started whispering, clearly shocked that I had the audacity to show my face in public like this. I walked out calm and confident, swept my gaze across every single guest and raised a glass to them with a smile. Like I was the groom myself. The guests could see I wasn't fazed at all. They smiled and said, "Miss Yun, oh excuse me Lady Shen, truly worthy of being the Grand Tutor's own daughter." Handling a situation like this with such grace and composure. On the surface they were praising me, but they were all absolutely laughing at me. I turned and headed back to the bridal chamber. My mother got word and sent someone to bring me home. Her head maidservant looked at me with tears in her eyes. "Young miss. The Marquis of Zhenbei is absolutely despicable. How dare he humiliate you like this? Madam sent me to take you home. You don't have to put up with this." My heart ached. My mother had always doted on me. She couldn't stand to see me suffer even the slightest bit, and yet the daughter she'd raised with such love had been abandoned by her own husband on her wedding day. This was the Yun family name being ground into the dirt. My mother loved me, which is exactly why I couldn't think only of myself. This was an imperial marriage decree. If I went home, the emperor would come after my family. My father was the grand tutor of the court. He'd pushed back against the emperor publicly more than once. The emperor had been looking for a reason to take him down. He wasn't going to pass up a chance to throw the Yun family in prison. Defying an imperial decree was a crime punishable by wiping out the entire bloodline. It hit me all at once. The old emperor had set this marriage up on purpose. He was probably just waiting for this exact moment. Why would I hand him that kind of leverage myself? Let him use it to go after my family? I reached into the jewelry box and pulled out a hairpin. I pressed it into my mother's maidservant's hand and smiled. "Go back and tell my mother. I'm going to be just fine here. Tell her not to worry. I am my father's daughter after all." The maidservant seemed convinced. Told my dowry maids to look after me well, then left. I stood there taking in all the red silk around the room. Impatiently pulled the ornaments out of my hair, stripped off the wedding gown, and swept all the peanuts and longans off the bed onto the floor. I flopped down on the bed, ready to sleep. Like I was just gonna sit here and wait for a groom? Not a chance. Li Mama, the head servant of the estate, pushed open the door and found me sprawled out on the bed with my hair completely undone. Her face went cold on the spot. She stormed over. "My lady, you are a young woman of a noble house. How could you conduct yourself like this? You should have the red veil on, sitting up properly at the edge of the bed." Waiting for the Marquis to return, not... My own husband had already humiliated me. Now the servants in his house thought they could lecture me too? I slowly sat up. I cut her off before she could finish. "Enough. You're a servant. You dare disrespect me? Does this estate have any standards at all?" Li Mama's confidence crumbled the second she saw my expression. But she couldn't help herself. This old servant raised the Marquis himself. He was brought up by these very hands. The Marquis has always shown me great respect. I'm only saying this for your benefit, my lady. The way you're carrying on, people are going to talk. An old servant pulling rank on me to my face. I was fuming. I grabbed a longan that hadn't been swept off yet and hurled it straight at her. Shen-xun walked out on me on our wedding night, off doing God knows what. How exactly is his reputation better than mine? You raised him, not me, and you have the nerve to stand here and lecture me? The longan hit Li Mama right in the face. She lowered her head, but still couldn't stop herself from defending the Marquis. This old servant would never. The Marquis was not doing anything improper. Please watch your words, my lady. I kept my face stone cold. Every bit of authority I had, I put into my voice. I am the Grand Tutor's own daughter. This marriage was decreed by the Emperor himself. I will be the lady of this house. You are nothing but a servant. Disrespect me again and I will have you sold off. Li Mama dropped to her knees, shaking, head hitting the floor over and over. Please, my lady, what do you spare me? This old servant overstepped. Please, my lady, spare me. I will never do it again. That's when the Marquis of Zhenbei, Shen-xun, pushed open the door and walked in on the whole scene. He strode over stone-faced and pulled Li Mama to her feet. She instantly had backup. But even so, she didn't say another word, like what I'd said had genuinely shaken her. She quietly slipped out. The room was suddenly just the two of us. Shen-xun stood there in a black silk robe, absolutely stunning to look at. All looks, no character. He walked to the edge of the bed and looked down at me. His jaw was set, his expression ice cold, his tone anything but friendly. How dare you treat my wet nurse like that? I hated him looking down at me like that. So I stood up on the bed. Now I was the one looking down at him. Dripping with contempt. She slandered me. I would have been well within my rights to beat her to death. What? Are you going to hit me over a servant? Shen-xun's brow furrowed slightly, but he didn't say another word in Li Mama's defense. His cold eyes swept over me head to toe. He said flatly, "You're supposed to be a lady of a noble house. Hair all over the place, half-dressed. Have you no shame?" I laughed so hard my sides hurt. Then I hit him right back. "Oh, and you're supposed to be the god of war. Hilarious. You abandoned me on our wedding night. Clearly nobody ever taught you any manners. Shut your mouth, don't you dare disrespect my parents." "Ha, I'm not disrespecting them. I'm disrespecting you, Shen-xun. You want to do something about it? Go ahead and divorce me. Defying an imperial decree is a crime against your entire clan, by the way. Shen-xun, did you forget? You have no family left. Divorce me, only you die. Pretty good deal, honestly. And if I get divorced, I'm the victim. The emperor can't touch the Yun family. He'd have to comfort me instead." Looked at him, honestly hoping he'd grow a spine. All that girlhood daydreaming? Completely wasted. I am so done with this. As for my reputation after a divorce, I genuinely don't care. Could it possibly be worse than right now? Shen-xun's face turned to stone from pure rage, but he didn't dare actually divorce me. He dropped one cold line. "I won't touch you." Then he turned and walked out. I didn't even glance his way. I ate the late-night snack the maids brought, took a long bath, and went to bed in a great mood. The next day, Shen-xun and I went to the palace to pay our respects. Even though neither of us wanted this marriage, we still had to thank the emperor for the decree. The irony. The emperor looked the two of us over, smiled and called us a perfect match, a talented man and a beautiful woman made for each other. Then he piled us with gifts. I kept smiling the whole time, graciously thanking him for arranging the marriage. On the ride back, I tucked myself into the corner of the carriage. As far from Shen-xun as possible, I had zero interest in talking to him. Shen-xun noticed me going out of my way to avoid him. He looked a little bothered by it, but said nothing. And just like that, we were back inside the estate. Shen-xun stormed over and started berating me. "Jingrong, I never thought you were this petty. Said you teach Chinger, then humiliated him behind my back. You've gone too far. He's so gentle and kind. What did he ever do to you for you to treat him like this?" Smiled faintly and smashed the teacup at Shen-xun's feet. "You're the one who told me to teach him the rules. The concubine, so of course he learns a concubine's rules. I teach him wrong. Shen-xun, stop being ridiculous. Makes me sick. He came here asking to be humiliated. Why would I pass up a chance like that? Why do they think one apology would make me let it all go? Obediently teach Wan-qing? Shen-xun didn't dare do anything to me, so he turned and left. The end. Shen-xun hired a little-known governess to teach Wan-qing. Wan-qing attended banquets as the lady of the marquise's household. The noblewomen in the capital looked down on her and gossiped for ages. Father gathered evidence and accused Shen-xun of favoring a concubine over his wife. The old emperor summoned Shen-xun to the palace and tore into him. He even took back some of Shen-xun's power. Read my father's letter with great satisfaction. The old emperor was scolding Shen-xun. My father was right there watching. Wrote every last detail of it in the letter. I finished reading, the corner of my mouth lifted. Parents really do love me. They couldn't bear to see me wronged. Shen-xun was probably scared senseless after that scolding and stayed away from me. Wan-qing also stopped going out to banquets. Been cooped up at the estate too long, so I wanted some fresh air. I hit a bunch of shops first, and ended up at a restaurant to grab a bite. Second I walked in, I ran into my old nemesis from before I got married. Wan-qing, the prime minister's legitimate daughter. Status matched mine, and so did her reputation, but we never got along. Every time we met, we fought. Married the third prince as his consort 2 months ago. Gave her a cool glance, looked away, and walked into a private room. Wan-qing saw me, turned on her heel and followed me in. Then she sat down right beside me. She lifted her chin slightly. "Really getting worse and worse. Actually let a concubine walk all over you. Now you're hiding in the marquise's estate. That's embarrassing. Just don't like going out and socializing. At least Shen-xun only has one concubine. Third prince has more than one, doesn't he? Grew up together, so we knew exactly where to hit each other. Song Yu-sin hated most having other women around her husband, but the emperor ordered her to marry the third prince. She didn't even get a chance to resist. Neither of us got to choose our own marriage. We're nothing but pawns for the powerful, to win people over or crush them." Wan-qing shot me a cold glare and said nothing else. Drank cup after cup until she was tipsy, her cheeks flushed. She actually ran over and wrapped her arms around my waist. She had seriously lost it. Pried her hands off me, told her maid to take her back to the third prince's residence. After eating and drinking my fill, I headed home too. Then I saw Wan-qing sitting in the pavilion. He was rubbing her belly with the most loving smile. Shen-xun was crouched in front of her, his ear pressed to her stomach. His face was full of joy, like she was pregnant again. Second Wan-qing saw me, she shoved Shen-xun away. She dropped to her knees in a panic, eyes instantly red. She said in a trembling voice, "Adam, I didn't mean to get pregnant. Please just let this child live, okay? Child is innocent. This is the Marquise's second child after all. Please, for the Marquise's sake, spare him. If you're angry, take it out on me. I can handle it." The smile vanished from Shen-xun's face. Bent down, pulled Wan-qing up and looked at me with disgust. "Are you always this vicious? The child is innocent. Here we go again with this little power play." I hadn't even said a word. They'd already branded me as the villain. I walked over slowly. Wan-qing melted into Shen-xun's arms. Trembling even harder, she clutched at his robe. My fault. I shouldn't have gotten pregnant. Please don't be mad at madam. Shen-xun's face darkened with rage. He even lunged at me like he wanted to hit me. Lifted my chin and looked at Shen-xun coldly. Shen-xun took a deep breath, then finally lowered his hand. Gently caressed Wan-qing's face and comforted her. This child will be protected. Won't let anyone hurt our child again. I saw Wan-qing flash me a smug smile. I heard Shen-xun swear up and down that he would protect this child. I was curious to see how exactly he planned to do that. That night, Shen-xun came over and told me, I'm divorcing you. I hope you won't mess with Chinger or the baby in her belly. The Shen family has no room for a jealous shrew like you. I wasn't even planning to divorce you at first, but you kept hurting Chinger again and again. I froze for a second. Then I was overjoyed. Didn't even care that he called me a shrew. Immediately asked, and how exactly are you going to do that? Our marriage was ordered by the late emperor. If you want a divorce, the emperor has to approve it too. Is he really going to give up all his military power? Shen-xun snapped, you don't need to know. Pack your stuff and get back to the Yun family. I'm sick of even looking at you. Raised my hand and slapped Shen-xun across the face. Watch your mouth. You'd better hurry up and divorce me. Otherwise, I don't know when I might lose control. Send a bowl of abortion medicine to your precious concubine. The slap took every ounce of strength I had. Handprint quickly showed up on Shen-xun's face. He stared at me coldly. You only act tough because I don't hit women. I feel sick just looking at you. I pointed toward the door. Then leave. Shen-xun stormed off, full of rage. Next day, Shen-xun went to the palace. When he came back, he handed me the divorce papers. Happily packed my bags and finally leave this marquis estate. Couldn't stand being here another second. Wan-qing came over to me with a smile. Madam, oh wait. Miss Yun, on your wedding day, your husband didn't even show up. And it hasn't even been a year yet. And now you've been dumped. You're going to be the laughingstock of the whole capital. Doesn't that feel just great? When I went out to banquets before, everyone looked down on me. It was all because of you. Yes, the tables have turned. Now it's your turn. Only someone like you. Actually like trash like Shen-xun. Wan-qing's smile stiffened for a second, but she quickly recovered. Then she kept smiling and said, now that I'm pregnant, Marquise will never let you make me lose this child again. See? He chose me over you. The person Hong Yue loves most is me, but you're still just a concubine. The great Xia doesn't allow a concubine to be promoted to wife. Unless Shen-xun does something big and wins an imperial reward, even if you do become the legal wife. Still started out as a concubine. The noble ladies in the capital still look down on you. A flash of humiliation crossed Wan-qing's eyes. Tears started falling. Why do you have to humiliate me like this? Even as a concubine, I'm willing to stay by the Marquis's side for the rest of my life. Have lots and lots of children with him. The moment I saw her cry, I knew Shen-xun would be here any second. Sure enough, Shen-xun stormed in furious. He stepped in front of Wan-qing. Yunjin wrong! For the sake of your status as the Yun family's daughter, I didn't give you a letter of repudiation. I gave you divorce papers instead. You're already a discarded woman. You still dare bully the woman I love? You really are vicious. I looked at Shen-xun glaring at me, and I felt nothing. Someone unimportant isn't worth affecting my mood. I even smiled and said to them, hope you two last forever. Maid quickly finished packing my things, checking my dowry, took everything that was mine, left the Shen residence in a great mood, didn't take Shen-xun's betrothal gifts. This belonged to the Shen family. Didn't want them. I was cutting ties. I was cutting them clean. I walked out the Shen family's front gate, saw that my parents actually come in person to pick me up. So touched. I lifted the curtain and got into the carriage. I threw myself into my mother's arms. Mom, my mother's eyes filled with tears. My poor child. Don't be sad. We're taking you home. I nodded, eyes welling up. When Shen-xun bullied me, I wasn't sad. When Wan-qing targeted me, I wasn't angry either. But the moment I leaned into my mother's arms, heard how much she cared about me, heart completely melted. Couldn't hold back my tears anymore. Mother felt even worse for me. Jinger, don't feel wronged. I'm here for you. That bastard Shen-xun, should have beaten him to death back then. These are happy tears. I finally get to come home. I missed you and Dad. I want to stay by your side forever. Mother reached out and wiped away my tears. Silly girl. We'll take care of you for the rest of your life. Father told me Shen-xun used up all his military power to get the Emperor's approval for the divorce. My father's face looked terrifyingly dark. It felt like the next second I might grab a blade and go chop Shen-xun to pieces. I tugged on my father's sleeve. I'm really not sad. I'm not hurting at all. Divorcing Shen-xun makes me happier than you know. When my father saw my smile, finally believed I really wasn't upset. He then did his expression soften. After I returned home from the divorce, the whole capital was gossiping about me again. Didn't care. I stayed home every day petting my cat. I couldn't stop smiling. Heard from my mother that every time my father saw Shen-xun, he chewed him out. And Shen-xun didn't dare say a word back. Shen-xun had his military power taken away. Now he's just some useless idle marquis. The capital, where powerful people are everywhere. Who would even take seriously a marquis with no real power? Stayed home and kept to myself. But my sworn enemy, Song Yuxin, came looking for me in person. She tore into me hard. This time, your reputation in the capital is completely ruined. You'll never marry into a good family now. Reputation, marriage, I don't care. I'm finally rid of that bastard Shen-xun. I have no idea how happy I am. I practically laugh in my sleep. For marriage after the divorce, I never planned to marry again. Living on my own just fine too? Song Yuxin froze. She clearly didn't expect that to be my attitude. Leaned in closer and gave her a sly smile. This time we met, you were dead drunk. You wrapped your arms around my waist and wouldn't let go. Do you actually have a thing for me? Yuxin jumped up instantly like I'd hit a nerve and shouted back at me. Full of it. Don't you dare slander me. Why would I ever hold on to you? I burst out laughing. Your maid if you don't believe me. Song Yuxin turned to look at her maid and the girl nervously nodded. Song Yuxin's face instantly turned bright red. She didn't dare look at me again. She stormed off in a hurry. Stayed home for a month, then decided to go to Daxiangguo Temple to pray. When my father found out, he assigned more than 10 guards to protect me. I rode by carriage to the foot of the mountain by Daxiangguo Temple. To show the Buddha how sincere I was, I got out of the carriage and walked all the way up the mountain myself. Halfway up, I unexpectedly saw Shen-xun and Wan-qing sitting in a pavilion. Two of them saw there was no one around, so they were all over each other. Absolutely shameless. Calmly looked away and kept walking. King saw me and looked at me with contempt. Yun, you're a discarded ex-wife, and you still have the nerve to show your face outside? What? Are you here to beg Buddha to send you a good marriage? Aren't you afraid Buddha doesn't even want to see you? Stopped, turned around, and looked at Wan-qing coolly. Two are hugging and flirting right in front of the Buddha. You really have no sense of decency at all. Shen-xun, for something like the fool in your arms, someone who doesn't even know what basic manners are, you actually dared to let her out here to bark at people? It's only because I'm in a good mood that I'm not bothering with her. She had run into some other prince's wife. She wouldn't even know how she died. I turned to Shen-xun, my eyes full of annoyance. I came out just to get some fresh air. I still had to run into these two disgusting people. Wan-qing looked like she'd been deeply wronged. She snuggled into Shen-xun's arms, all soft and pitiful, acting utterly miserable. Lord, I'm only a concubine. I shouldn't be out here making a spectacle of myself. Let's go back to the manor. We shouldn't disturb the Buddha's peace. Shen-xun's anger shot through the roof and he glared at me. Jinrong, you're not the mistress of the Shen family anymore. Why are you still going out of your way to make Chinger miserable? It's just a concubine. How is any of this her fault? It's gentle and kind. Ever since you and I split up, she's blamed herself every single day. I think she's the reason we divorced. I only brought her out here to pray and cheer her up. She finally managed to move on. Now you're here bullying her again. Shen-xun really has some nerve. The two of them kept mouthing off in front of me and I was so mad I almost laughed. I turned and walked straight into the pavilion. Walked right up to Wan-qing and slapped her across the face. Wan-qing was completely stunned. She clearly didn't expect me to slap her here of all places. Shen-xun froze for a second too, then came at me like he wanted to hit me back. But I had already stepped aside. My guards moved in right away and stared him down. King's tears started pouring out like crazy. She sobbed, "My lord, I know I was wrong. I shouldn't have shown up in front of Miss Yun." But in a city like the capital, it's impossible not to run into her. "My lord, please send me back to my parents' home. As long as I leave, Miss Yun will probably feel a little better. I can't bear to see Miss Yun angry because of me. I know this is all my fault. I'm the reason things turned out like this. I don't deserve to live." Finger was crying, but every word came out crystal clear, like she was making sure everyone heard her. After saying all that, she even tried to slam into a pillar. Shen reacted fast, pulled her into his arms, and looked absolutely heartbroken. He comforted her gently. "Chinger, listen to me. None of this is your fault. Don't blame yourself." "Yun Jinrong, do you see this? This is how you push Chinger. You dared to slap her right in front of me. So when I'm not around, who knows how badly you've been bullying her?" Looked at the two of them coldly. Honestly, I wanted to stab them both. But Shen-xun was a marquise and a war hero too. Couldn't actually do it, so the only thing I could do was discuss them with my words. Wan-qing, Shen-xun keeps calling you the love of his life, but right now, you're just his concubine, the child you give birth to. You'll be born low too. If you're going to hurt someone, you go for the heart. Wan-qing's face turned bright red. She cried even harder. Shen-xun looked at me with pure rage and helplessness, and I couldn't help curling my lips. Great mood, I kept climbing the mountain without letting anyone help me. Step by step, I made it to the summit and knelt before the Buddha. Prayed that my parents would live healthy, peaceful lives. When the abbot heard how much I had donated, I prayed that my brother, far away in Jiangnan, would come home safe. I had one of his disciples escort me to his meditation room. After I finished praying, I donated 10,000 taels of silver as incense money. Everything lined up way too perfectly. I couldn't help being suspicious. Ming Huan looked calm and composed, back to that cold, distant demeanor, like he wasn't the same man who had just killed without blinking. Looked at me and smiled gently. I was over in the woods paying respects to my mother. When I heard the commotion here, I came right over. I froze for a second. "Your mother?" Ming Huan nodded with a faint smile. "My mother was of low status and couldn't be buried in the Imperial tombs, so I laid her to rest here. Today is her death anniversary. I come here every year to pay my respects." His eyes looked so clear and sincere, I instantly lowered my head in shame. "I'm sorry. He just saved me out of kindness, and I was over here suspecting he had some hidden motive." Gu Minghuan shook his head. "It's fine." Bowed to him gratefully. "A life-saving favor deserves to be repaid in full. I owe you my life." Gu Minghuan replied calmly, "You're the first person who's ever shown me kindness. Saving you was nothing. I just happened to be there." Looked completely confused. When had I ever shown him kindness? Seemed to read the confusion on my face and explained patiently, "My mother was a palace maid, low-born. Whenever people look at me, there's always disgust in their eyes, like I'm something filthy. Earlier, when we met outside the abbot's quarters, your eyes were warm and clear. I was grateful for that. I looked straight into his eyes, and it felt like I could see pain and sadness in them. I couldn't help but say, to borrow your words from earlier, all suffering will pass. His eyes curved into a smile and he let out a soft laugh. I'll take that blessing. It really did look good when he smiled. It was such a pure smile, untouched by the dust of this world. I turned to look at my guards. Whoever sent people to kill me had to be found out. Captain Chu, the head of the guards, stepped forward. Miss, these men in black are all dead soldiers. For now, I can't tell which household they came from. Please give me some time to investigate. I will avenge you. I gave a slight wave. After I got home, I told my father and mother everything that happened. They were furious. Father slammed the table in anger. How dare someone try to kill my precious daughter in broad daylight? We are going to investigate this to the end. Mother had always been gentle and composed, but after hearing what happened, even she started cursing. Those bastards! We have to investigate this thoroughly and avenge my daughter. I told them it was the 9th prince who saved me. Father looked surprised. The 9th prince has always kept a low profile at court. Since he saved you today, I'll make sure we thank him properly. Had people prepare a generous gift and send it to the 9th prince's residence. 3 days later, my father followed the trail and found out the mastermind behind the assassination was Wan-qing. 9th prince also sent word confirming that Wan-qing had bribed assassins to come after me. Father gathered all the evidence and prepared to ask the emperor to sentence Wan-qing to death. But right then, news came out from Shen-xun. The Empress Dowager had gone to Daxiango Temple to pray, and Wan-qing had taken a knife for her. Of gratitude, the Empress Dowager had the emperor issue a decree naming Wan-qing a princess with the title An-ping and elevating her to Shen-xun's legal wife. I heard that, I couldn't help but question whether the attack on the Empress Dowager was even real. Is it really that much of a coincidence? Did Wan-qing and Shen-xun have planned the whole thing themselves? He was so mad he smashed his favorite tea set. Still couldn't believe Wan-qing got that lucky. He sent people to investigate. And in the end, they found out the attack on the Empress Dowager had nothing to do with Wan-qing or Shen-xun. Wan-qing really did just get insanely lucky and save the Empress Dowager's life. Stood in the pavilion, watching the fish swim happily in the lake, and tossed in a little fish food. He was in a terrible mood. Now that Wan-qing had the Empress Dowager backing her, there was no telling how she'd come after me next. My mother looked worried and furious. My lord, we can't just let Wan-qing off like this. That bitch sent people to assassinate our daughter. She has to pay for it. I'll go into the palace and report it to His Majesty, but I can't guarantee what he'll do. If His Majesty won't stand up for Jinger, then we'll get justice for her ourselves. My father took all the evidence into the palace and filed a formal complaint. All the evidence was laid out before the emperor, but he only said, Wan-qing accidentally hurt your daughter, but it's also true that she saved the Empress Dowager's life. I've already rewarded her, so I'll punish her with 1 month of confinement. My father came back, his face was dark, and he was giving off this cold, ruthless aura. He told my mother and me everything that happened in the palace. Mother was completely heartbroken. Accidentally? With all that evidence laid out and they still call it an accident? That's blatant favoritism. She's the Empress Dowager's savior. The Empress Dowager and the Emperor are dead set on protecting her. Have to be extremely careful. We can't make a move unless it's foolproof. Wan-qing was badly injured after saving the Empress Dowager and stayed inside her residence for a whole month. The Emperor's punishment meant basically nothing. Shen-xun probably knew we had found out what Wan-qing did. He stayed by her side every day, protecting her so tightly there wasn't a single opening. And if my father wanted to make a move, it was hard to find any chance at all. A month later, Wan-qing had recovered from her injuries, and the Empress Dowager summoned me to the palace. Mother grabbed my hand nervously. Why would the Empress Dowager summon you for no reason? That Wan-qing must have been bad-mouthing you in front of her. I'm going with you. But the Empress Dowager specifically said only I was to enter the palace. We can't defy her order, or who knows how she'll punish us. Don't worry. The Empress Dowager summoned me out in the open. She can't just kill me. At worst, I'll suffer a little. My father appeared in front of us. I'll go into the palace with Jinger. If it comes down to it, I'll shout that His Majesty is blind and unjust, but I won't just stand by and let Jinger die in the palace. Then did my mother relax a little. In the end, my father and I entered the palace together. A maid from the Empress Dowager's palace led me to Siren Palace, while my father went to Yangxin Hall. Empress Dowager left me waiting in a side hall for the time it takes 1 stick of incense to burn before finally letting me into the main hall. Empress Dowager sat on the Phoenix throne, looking elegant and regal, with an aura that was intimidating without her even saying a word. I saw Wan-qing there too. Sat to the Empress Dowager's left, looking at me with a sweet little smile. Her eyes were full of smug satisfaction, like she was mocking me for not knowing my place. Bent my knees and saluted. This subject greets your majesty. May your majesty be blessed with peace. Slowly lifted his eyes to stare at my face, then suddenly slammed the armrest. Kneel! Expression stayed calm. I had already expected the Empress Dowager to make things hard for me, so I knelt without hesitation. The Empress Dowager looked at me coldly. Jinger is a princess now, and you're just a cast-off ex-wife. Her status is above yours. Why didn't you bow when you saw her? I lowered my eyes and didn't look at the Empress Dowager's expression. I was just surprised to suddenly see the princess again after so long. I'll greet her now. Wan-qing stepped forward and spoke up for me. looking all gentle and kind. Empress Dowager, Miss Yun is well-bred and sensible. She probably didn't mean to disrespect the royal family. Please, calm your anger. Your lucky Chinger spoke for you. But I heard that when you were the lady of the house, you made Chinger miserable every single day, and even viciously caused her to lose a child. Yun Jingrong, you deserve to die. Chinger was personally granted her title by His Majesty. She is royalty, and so was that child. And your father actually dared to enter the palace, slander her, and send people to assassinate her. The Yun family is truly vicious. Chinger is so gentle and kind, and she never held anything against you. Yet you were petty enough to harm her. That is unforgivable. Guards, Yun Jingrong has offended those above her. Give her 20 blows. Thank you, Empress Dowager, for standing up for me. 2 burly palace maids walked over and grabbed my arms hard. Wan-qing looked at me with a smug smile, and I couldn't fight back. Just then, the Emperor's chief eunuch walked in. Empress Dowager, His Majesty summons the eldest miss of the Yun family to Yangshan Hall. The Empress Dowager narrowed her eyes, clearly displeased. Why? The Grand Tutor had been speaking with His Majesty in Yangshan Hall for quite some time. Then he suddenly doubled over in pain, broke out in a cold sweat, and is now in critical condition. He wants to see Miss Yun. Clenched my fists. My father was really trying to save me this way. The Empress Dowager's face darkened, and she looked at me like she wanted to devour me. Probably didn't dare to go against the Emperor. After a long pause, she finally waved her hand. Go! The Grand Tutor has worn himself out serving the country. If he wants to see his daughter now, I allow it. Slowly got to my feet. After kneeling for so long, my legs were numb and I almost lost my balance. I gritted my teeth, followed the eunuch, and left Siren Palace. Before I left, I heard the Empress Dowager say, Jing'er, don't be upset. I will make sure you get justice one day. You've been wronged today and I won't let her off easy. She will pay dearly for what she did. Thank you, Empress Dowager. I truly can't thank you enough. But Miss Yun is still the Grand Tutor's daughter and comes from a noble family. Please spare her life. The Empress Dowager's face turned cold as she smashed a teacup. So what if she's the Grand Tutor's daughter? She's still just a cast-off ex-wife. If she dares bully you, she'll pay for it. With an Empress Dowager who couldn't tell right from wrong, I knew they were saying all that on purpose for me to hear. When I arrived at the side hall of Yangshan Palace, I saw my father lying unconscious on the couch, while several Imperial physicians treated him. My eyes instantly turned red and I didn't even stop to bow to the Emperor. Dropped to my knees by the couch, crying, Father, your daughter has failed you. Head physician of the Imperial Academy tried to comfort me. Miss Yun, please don't be too upset. We've already treated the Grand Tutor. His life is no longer in danger. He only needs to go home and recover. Hurriedly wiped away my tears and repeatedly thanked the head physician. Only then did I turn around to look at the Emperor in that bright yellow dragon robe. Thank you, Your Majesty, for saving my father's life. Even though I was grinding my teeth at the Emperor inside, I couldn't show the slightest bit of displeasure on my face. I still had to keep thanking him. The Emperor looked at me indifferently. The capital says the Grand Tutor's daughter is graceful, gentle, and beautiful. Now that I've seen you myself, the beauty part is true. But your temper doesn't sound nearly as nice as the rumors say. Again and again, you pushed your father to come to the palace and complain. But since you are at least devoted to your father, I won't punish you. Quietly listen to the old Emperor's nonsense. When he finally finished speaking, I kowtowed and thanked him. My father and I went home. The moment my mother saw him, she burst into tears. I sat quietly by my bed, and a deep sense of helplessness washed over me. I had no idea what I could do to avenge my father, or to avenge myself. In this world, the 2 most powerful people were deliberately targeting the Yun family. What could we possibly do? Long after that, I heard a rumor. Wan-qing had accidentally offended the 9th prince, and he ordered her to be beaten with 30 blows. She took a blade for the Empress Dowager, and the child she had barely managed to keep was gone. Long after, word spread that Wan-qing had disrespected the 3rd prince's consort. 3rd prince's consort had Wan-qing's hand broken. I couldn't help but smile. It was a mocking smile. Other people could openly go after Wan-qing, but my father, the Grand Tutor, couldn't make a move so easily. Emperor and the Empress Dowager both had it out for our family. Were so set on protecting Wan-qing they didn't even care how shameless it looked. The subject, my father had no way around it. The second he made a move and they caught him, they would never let the Yun family off the hook. I resented them. That hatred took root in my heart. Wang Yuxian, the 3rd prince's consort, stormed into our house. She dragged me into my room, shut the doors and windows. You were too soft-hearted back then. Spared his life. But look at him now. Wants you dead. He did insult me with his words. I punished him for that. His crimes didn't deserve death. Later, though, Wan-qing sent people to kill me. I wanted to send someone after Wan-qing too, but Shen-xun never left his side. He never stepped outside the Marquise's estate. Couldn't find a chance to make a move. Wang Yuxian gave a cold laugh. So now you think you're the reasonable one? I gave her a respectful bow. Thank you, Your Highness, for standing up for me. Wang Yuxian said a little stiffly. Who said I was standing up for you? Wan-qing dared to mouth off to me. Shaking his hand was already going easy on him. I smiled. Didn't keep talking or expose her bluff. Still, I couldn't help reminding her. You need to watch out for the 3rd prince's concubines too. Don't end up in a mess like mine. Wang Yuxian's face turned cold. If he dares let his concubines hurt me, skin him alive. Looks like someone's relationship with the third prince is moving fast. What nonsense? Song-yukshin shot back, ran off, looking almost like she was fleeing. He had already woken up. His health wasn't good. We stayed home recovering for a month. The emperor sent over a ton of rewards, but none of us touched any of it. Just threw everything into storage. Not long after that, news came in from the front. Xiongnu had invaded from the south. The old emperor appointed Shen-xun as mighty general, sent him out against the Xiongnu. Shen-xun left the capital. He was afraid I'd get revenge on Wan-qing if Wan-qing stayed in the capital. He took Wan-qing with him. Those two disgusting people gone from the capital felt a lot better. I stayed quietly at home and went nowhere. And chaos suddenly broke out in the capital. Eldest prince failed in his coup, was sentenced to death by the emperor. Other princes also died one after another during the fight for the throne. In court, only Guming-wan and the third prince were left. The old emperor's health got worse and worse. Passed the throne to Guming-wan and then died. Empress Dowager became the Grand Empress Dowager. After that, she shut herself away, closed the palace gates, stopped seeing anyone. When I heard the old emperor was dead, felt unbelievably satisfying. Disgusting and useless ruler like that, better off dead sooner rather than later. Guming-wan ascended the throne. An iron fist, he purged a group of officials. Court was terrified. One expected the ninth prince, who'd always stayed in the background, be this ruthless. Guming-wan mighted the third Prince An. Prince An left for his fief with his wife. Without an imperial summons, he could not return to the capital. Song-yukshin came to say goodbye to me, gave her a blessed safety pendant. Unrest in the capital slowly faded away. New emperor, Guming-wan, started promoting talented people from humble backgrounds. Those who'd been suppressed despite their talent finally got a chance to rise. Father no longer had to deal with the late emperor's unpredictable moods. The whole man seemed much more relaxed. Wan-qing was still a thorn in our side. Now that Wan-qing had gone to the borderlands, couldn't find any chance to strike. The capital was too far from the frontier. The frontier was Shen-xun's territory. It made it even harder to do anything. Through the new year, Shen-xun crushed the Xiongnu. Reputation as the god of war once again rang through Great Xia. Officials and commoners alike cheered for him. I was holding my little orange cat Susu, sunbathing in the pavilion, feeding the koi once in a while. When I heard the news, my hand paused on Susu's fur. I couldn't help feeling happy too. But then I thought of Shen-xun and curled my lip. His taste and character were terrible. His ability on the battlefield was beyond question. A month later, Shen-xun returned in triumph. He sat astride a tall horse, wearing silver armor. Looked every bit as cold and battle-hardened as ever. Shops lining the street were packed with people. Everyone leaned over to look down below, their eyes burning with excitement. The unmarried young ladies were blushing all over, all of them talking about Shen-xun. Just happened to be out for a stroll that day. When I got hungry, I stopped at a restaurant for a bite. That's when I saw the whole scene. Shen-xun looked up at me and coldly looked away the next second. I noticed a carriage behind him. A breeze swept by, lifting the curtain. I saw Wan-qing inside. The corner of my mouth quietly lifted. I was in such a good mood I ate 2 extra pastries. Good. They're back. I can settle all those old scores. Those rotten old debts. Thing Guming-wan isn't like the late emperor, who couldn't tell right from wrong. This time, I want Wan-qing dead. Guming-wan held a banquet in the palace. It was to honor Shen-xun and the soldiers returning from victory. For a while, the Shen household was in the spotlight all over the capital. And Wan-qing, Marquis's wife who rose from concubine status, was right along with it. Top of that, Wan-qing also held the title of Princess An-ping. Noble ladies and young misses of every house seemed to have forgotten. Wan-qing used to be a concubine no one could publicly acknowledge. After another, they all started cozying up to Wan-qing. When I got to the Shen estate, invitation cards had already gone out, inviting everyone to the Marquis Shen estate for a flower viewing party 3 days later. He had just come back and was already dying to show off. I was gonna tear off that fake, gentle mask of hers. Let's see. When the capital would dare stay close to a murderer like that? What if she's the Marquis's wife? What if she's Princess An-ping? Now that the late emperor and the Grand Empress Dowager are gone, I could finally stop holding back. 3 days later, I dressed up carefully, wearing a long light purple dress, the floral mark on my forehead, and light makeup. Beautiful beyond words. Izzy just stared at me in a daze. This dressed like this will definitely be the brightest one there. I smiled faintly. Took a carriage to the Marquis Shen estate. I had once lived here for more than half a year. But stepping into the Shen estate again, my state of mind was completely different now. Flower hall was already full of noble ladies and young misses. They were all huddled together, chatting away. The second they saw me, they all stopped talking at once. Every single one of them looked at me with these loaded expressions. The young lady couldn't help herself and said, "Miss Yun, I heard you and Lady Shen never got along. That you used to make things hard for her all the time, yet you still came to this banquet. She worried she'll make things hard for you in return? Miss Yun, you were cast aside by our war hero Marquis. Instead of hiding at home praying and repenting, how do you even have the nerve to come here and admire flowers with us? None of the women sitting here have ever been abandoned like that." To suck up to Wan-qing, they all started coming at me. I walked in slowly, without getting angry. It's just how the world works. Whoever has the power, people rush to flatter them. Seen through that long ago. I came here to bring Lady Shen a gift. The main character hadn't shown up yet. The show couldn't really start. I casually walked over and sat down. Someone got hooked by what I said and looked at me curiously. "Miss Yun, what kind of gift did you prepare for Lady Shen?" Just smiled and said nothing. Right when everyone's curiosity had been fully stirred up, Wan-qing finally arrived. She was dressed in a luxurious gown, her hair covered in jeweled ornaments. Her neck, ears, Wrists were all dripping with glittering jewelry. It was like she couldn't wait to tell the whole world. She was the happiest woman alive. The ladies and young misses all greeted her. Wan-qing smiled and returned their greetings. Calm and collected, she took the main seat and looked at me. Miss Yun, it's been half a year. You still look down on everyone just the same. Heard you still haven't remarried. You're being cast aside by the Marquis. Wonder whether you'll ever find a husband. The reputation is great as his. If you can't, I'll make the arrangements for you. Got plenty of capable young warriors on the frontier. I could introduce you to some. The others quickly chimed in. Exactly, Miss Yun. You're not getting any younger. You really shouldn't be so picky anymore. If you keep being picky, you'll have even less chance of marrying into a good family. Date cold and unreadable. I heard you lost your second child. Still haven't gotten pregnant again. As the mistress of the Shen household, should be thinking more about carrying on the Shen line, not raise the status. Those concubines under the Marquis, that won't be Miss Yun's concern. Wan-qing's face changed slightly. She glared at me through gritted teeth. I heard Miss Yun prepared a gift for me. Wonder what kind of gift it is? The time had come. I smiled and clapped my hands. Several maids brought out the evidence my father and Gu Minghuan had collected, laid it out in front of all the ladies and daughters. My gaze swept across the room. When I once went to the great Xianggo temple to pray, Lady Shen bribed assassins from the underworld and had them come after me. She wanted me dead, yet I had never done a single thing to wrong her. She was vicious enough to go that far anyway. Ladies and young misses, any of you really want to be friends with a murderer like that? Women were stunned when they saw the evidence. Every last one of them had their eyes wide open, completely unable to believe it.
Is this real?
She really sent people to assassinate Miss Yun? King's expression instantly changed. She forced herself to stay calm. Don't listen to her nonsense. Could I possibly have sent people to kill her? Don't let her fool you. The evidence is right in front of us. There's no room for excuses. Anyone who's close to Lady Shen, be extra careful. If you offend her by accident, might just send someone to kill you too. Maybe you're not scared, but I sure am. The moment the other ladies heard that, faces turned pale. They looked at Wan-qing. Wan-qing hurried to defend herself, shouted, I really didn't do it! Princess An-ping, personally granted that title by the late emperor. How dare you slap me with a crime like this? The ladies let out a cold laugh. You may be the Marquis's wife. And yes, you may be Princess An-ping. That doesn't mean you get to kill whoever you want. You'd even dare go after the Grand Tutor's daughter. Who exactly wouldn't you dare kill? Whether this evidence is real or fake, we have eyes of our own. We know how to judge for ourselves. Wan-qing was clearly starting to lose it. So she turned the attack back on me. Yun Jinrong, why are you smearing me like this? The alleged assassination happened half a year ago. Why didn't you bring it up back then? Why wait until now to bring it out? My husband just came back from a victorious campaign. He just couldn't wait to forge evidence and frame me. What are you really after? Once caused me to lose my child. Now you're still trying to destroy me? Eyes turned to me, but I stayed perfectly calm. Because half a year ago, you had powerful backing. When my father brought out the evidence, no one helped you bury it. My father didn't dare make it a bigger issue. We had no choice but to keep it quiet. But I couldn't bear to watch all of you fooled by Lady Shen's fake kindness. That's why I brought the evidence out now. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't even sleep easy at night. Even the Grand Tutor had not dared make the matter public, and who that person behind her was became pretty obvious. With such a powerful backer behind Lady Shen, everyone present didn't dare offend Wan-qing too openly. They definitely didn't dare get close to her anymore either. Looked at how everyone was reacting, knew I had achieved what I came for. My eyes curved slightly, and I stood to leave. But just then, Palace Eunuch slowly walked in, his face serious, announced an Imperial decree. Everyone knelt down, not understanding why the Emperor had suddenly issued a decree at a moment like this. Eunuch opened the Imperial decree and read it out loud. When he finished, the whole hall went dead silent. Pretty much everyone was still stuck on what he had just said. Wan-qing had once sent people to assassinate Yun Jinrong, the legitimate daughter of the Grand Tutor. By pure chance, His Majesty passed by and saved Yun Jinrong's life. The Emperor stripped Wan-qing of her title and threw her into prison. 2 officers from the Court of Justice came to take Wan-qing away. She was terrified and panicking. No, I didn't do it. There has to be some mistake. I never did anything like that. I froze for a second. I didn't expect Gu Minghuan to announce Wan-qing's crimes in front of everyone. I honestly thought he'd punish her quietly behind closed doors. After all, Shen-xun had just returned victorious from war, and Wan-qing was the woman he loved. Eyes landed on Wan-qing. Looking at how close to losing it she was, I let out a cold laugh. Are you questioning His Majesty? Wan-qing shook her head like crazy and fought back hard. Where's the Marquis? I want to see the Marquis! But she was dragged away almost immediately. The flower viewing banquet ended before it even really began. The noble ladies all glanced at me, then left Shen Manor one after another. Start to finish, Shen-xun never showed up. I couldn't hide my confusion. Wasn't he supposed to love Wan-qing? She got taken away and he didn't even come out to stop it. That really didn't feel like him. Didn't think too much of it and got ready to leave. But then Shen-xun suddenly appeared in front of me, his tall frame blocking all the sunlight.
高大的身躯挡住我面前所有的阳光。
Frowned a little and tried to walk around him, but Shen-xun stepped in front of me again, looked down at me, guilt written all over his handsome face. His voice was slightly hoarse. Jinner, can we talk somewhere else? Noble women who were leaving saw what was happening, and all turned to look at us. I didn't want anything to do with Shen-xun anymore, so I answered flatly. Please don't call me that. And there's nothing left for us to talk about. Shen-xun looked at me like he'd been hurt. I turned and walked out of Shen Manor. The people watching the drama all looked weirdly satisfied. Before long, the capital was buzzing with new rumors about me. They said the Marquis was deeply in love with the eldest Miss Yun, that he'd confessed in public and wanted to win her back. I just laughed it off when I heard it. Whatever Shen-xun was thinking had nothing to do with me. In this life, I wanted nothing to do with him. Gu Minghuan had helped me a lot. I couldn't just walk into the palace and thank him myself, so I had my father pass along my thanks and a gift instead. Father came to me carrying a token and a bottle of poison. His Majesty sent these to you. He said you can use this token to visit Wan-qing in the prison. As for this bottle of poison, you can make her drink it or you can choose not to. No need to dirty your own hands. She attempted murder. The court will make sure you get justice either way. Whole body tensed. I stared at the things in my father's hands and asked, His Majesty really said that? Father nodded and placed the token and poison in my hands. There was finally a trace of relief in his eyes. Our revenge is finally within reach. His Majesty truly is wise and decisive. Held those two things in my hands, and for a moment, I couldn't even describe what I was feeling. The debt I owed His Majesty just kept getting bigger. Mother looked at me with concern. Jinner, His Majesty seems different with you. I shook my head. He's just a good ruler. He would have done the same for anyone else. Took the token and the poison to the prison. Sure enough, no one from the Court of Justice stopped me. I walked straight in and made my way to Wan-qing like I owned the place. Prison was dark, damp, full of bugs, and smelled absolutely awful. I stood outside her cell. Her clothes were filthy, all her jewelry was gone, and she looked like a complete mess. Her face was pale as death. The second she saw me, she lunged forward like she'd gone mad and screamed, Yun Jinrong, what are you doing here? Did you come to laugh at me? Are you happy now that I've ended up like this? I looked at her like I was enjoying the show, and a smile curled at the corner of my mouth. Yeah, I am. Aren't you Shen-xun's beloved? The day you were taken away, he didn't even show up to save you. And now it's already been days, and he still hasn't gotten you out. So tell me, Wan-qing, does he not love you anymore? Wan-qing roared in rage, shaking all over. That's not true. He's just tied up with other things. He would never treat me like this. Yun Jinrong, don't you dare insult what he feels for me. The person he loves most will always be me. He'll definitely get me out of here, and you'll never become his wife. Looked at her completely losing it, and honestly, it felt great. You're wrong. I'm not interested in him at all. I came here today to send you off. At this point, you probably won't ever get the chance to see him again. I came all this way to do you one last favor. You should be thanking me. Wan-qing shuddered and stared at me in horror. What are you trying to do? Handed the poison to the prison guards beside me and told them to make Wan-qing drink it. His Majesty had already handed me the chance to get my revenge myself. There was no way I was letting it go. Early that morning, Zijin received Gu Minghuan's order. Forced poison down Wan-qing's throat. Wan-qing's eyes went wide and she fought like crazy. She was just one weak woman. No way she could take on two grown men. Forced the poison down her throat and she glared at me. Jingrong, you carried out the sentence on your own. His Majesty won't let you off. You're vicious. You'll die a horrible death for this. Blood spilled from the corner of Wan-qing's mouth. She clutched her chest, writhing in pain. Then suddenly, her eyes lit up. Lord, you're here to save me, right? Kill that bitch Yun Jingrong and avenge me! Hurt so bad, my lord, save me. Shen walked over to my side and looked at Wan-qing coldly. Hurt Jinger. You got what you deserved. Why would I save you? Biggest regret of my life was ever knowing you. Never should have let you hurt Jinger. You deserve to die. Wan-qing couldn't believe it and let out a scream. Coughed up blood, groaned, and collapsed to the floor. He literally died of rage. I looked at Shen-xun in surprise. Lord Shen, the way you handle the woman you love is honestly impressive. Shen-xun lowered his eyes, full of tenderness. Jinger, you've gotten your revenge. Marry me again. Already prepared the betrothal gifts. This time I won't leave you again. Will you marry me? Shen-xun, have you lost your mind? Done. We have nothing to do with each other anymore. Turned and walked out of the prison cell. Shen-xun followed me out. His eyes were full of pain. Jinger, I really know I was wrong. Didn't want to keep tangling with him in public. I was also confused about why he'd suddenly changed his mind. In the end, I went with him to a tea house, mostly for the gossip. It was me, Shen-xun, and my maid Peasy. There was no way I'd be alone with Shen-xun. Shen-xun dropped to his knees in front of me, his eyes red. Jinger, I wronged you before. Don't dare ask for your forgiveness. Just hope you'll give me a chance to make it up to you. This time I'll treat you right. I won't let you suffer again. My heart didn't move at all. I just found it ridiculous. Shen-xun saved that sincerity for Wan-qing. Don't want it. Shen-xun panicked and quickly explained. Wan-qing worked for the late emperor. He wanted to take back my military power. Started laying the trap back when I first won that battle. Just didn't realize who Wan-qing really was in time, and that's what hurt you. This was all the late emperor's fault. Later I realized the person I truly loved was you. After I found out who Wan-qing really was, I didn't touch her. I wanted to leave her to you, so you could deal with her yourself. Once I saw her true colors, I never touched her again. Jinger, please forgive me. Hit me, curse me, whatever. Just don't ignore me. Hearing Shen-xun say it word by word, I finally understood. Wonder the late emperor favored Wan-qing so much. She was his person. I brushed off my sleeves and stood up. Heard enough. What's done is done. Now on, we're strangers. Hope you never come looking for me again, and stop disturbing my peaceful life. I don't like you. Just seeing you makes me sick. That comes too late means nothing to me. The things you said and did back then, little I'm sorry can't erase any of it. I don't accept it. Shen-xun looked devastated. Tears ran down his face as he begged. I really know I was wrong. Please don't leave me. Stayed unmoved and turned to leave the tea house. Looking at the lively scene outside, I slowly let out a long breath. It was over. All of it was over. I was 16 when I married Shen-xun. Now I was almost 18. Just over a year, nearly 2, way too much had happened. Stayed home for a few days. During that time, Shen-xun sent over all kinds of gifts. He was trying to make peace and beg for my forgiveness. Annoyed me, so I had Gu Wen and the others beat him up. That finally made him back off. Went to pray at Daxianggo Temple, and this time I brought plenty of guards. In the abbot's room, I saw Gu Mingwan. The abbot turned and left the space to us. Surprise flashed in my eyes. Bowed and said, "Greetings, Your Majesty. Thank you for standing up for me before and giving me the chance to get revenge. Never got to thank you in person. Didn't expect to see you here." Minghuan reached out with both hands and helped me up. "Actually came here to see you, Miss Yun. I have something to ask of you. I had no idea what an emperor could possibly want from me. Please, Your Majesty, I owe you my life. I'd die 1,000 deaths to repay you." "Don't talk about dying like that." After a long silence, he finally spoke slowly. "Ministers are pressuring me to take an empress, and after thinking it over, realize you're the most suitable person, Miss Yun." "Majesty." Miss Yun, let me finish. Grew up in the palace, seeing schemes and backstabbing my whole life. Back then, I swore I'd only ever have one wife and never take concubines. Yun, I'm here to ask what you think. You don't have stared into his eyes. Then I saw my own reflection. His gaze was gentle. In his eyes, I saw loneliness, sadness, and pain. For some reason, I just couldn't bring myself to reject him. He was sincere. He was the emperor. Him to go this far wasn't easy at all. The meditation room was silent. I pressed my lips together and reminded His Majesty that I had been married once before. Gu Minghuan smiled softly and shook his head. "It's all right. Miss Yun deserves the best man in the world. Shen-xun was never right for you." I couldn't help but smile. What he said praised me, praised himself too. In the end, I nodded and said yes to Gu Minghuan. Smile bloomed across his usually cold face. His whole presence turned warm. "In 6 months, I'll marry you in grand style and make you my empress." Seeing that smile, my heart rippled. I'd never felt anything like it before. Corners of my mouth lifted too. When I walked out of the meditation room, I was still floating. I accidentally twisted my ankle, stumbled forward. The next second, fell into an embrace scented with osmanthus. Cool and refined. I could hear my own heartbeat. Thump thump. Gu Minghuan wrapped his arms around my waist, steadied me, then let go. He was so close to me. Face burned. I stepped back. "Thank you, Your Majesty." Gu Minghuan's gaze was deep, gentle, and courteous. When I got home, I told my parents everything. Dad burst out laughing. There wasn't even a hint of surprise on his face. His Majesty really has good taste. He knows how great my precious daughter is. He asked for your opinion himself. Didn't force you. He's a good man, but I still can't bear to let my girl go. You enter the palace. Won't get to see you every day anymore. As my mom spoke, tears started falling. My eyes turned red too. I hugged her. Seeing us like that, my dad comforted us. "All right, don't be sad. We can go into the palace together to visit our daughter later." Half an hour later, Imperial edict arrived at my house. His Majesty named me Empress. The wedding would be in 6 months. The moment that edict came out, the whole capital was stunned. Wasn't Miss Yun married before? She got divorced. Now she's actually going to marry the emperor and become empress? What kind of insane luck is that? Catch His Majesty's eye? I listened as my maid told me all the gossip outside, and I couldn't help but smile. Oh, what kind of crazy luck did I have to meet a man as noble as His Majesty? Heard the officials submitted petitions every day, trying to force Gu Minghuan to take back the edict. Gu Minghuan punished every one of them. After that, no official dared to speak up again. He was the emperor. Didn't dare hope for love and perfect understanding. Respectful partners would be enough. My brother finally came back. He looked road-worn, exhausted. When he found out I was about to marry Gu Minghuan, he patted my shoulder looking relieved. His Majesty is a good man. Why did it take you so long to get back? My brother sighed. I went to Jiangnan for disaster relief. Back then, the late emperor still held all the power. The relief funds were delayed again and again. Almost got stuck there. I didn't want you all to worry. I didn't tell you. I was running around non-stop. The court kept dragging me down. Then the new emperor took the throne, released another batch of relief funds, sent reliable people over. Only then did I get everything handled. My heart warmed. Again, I felt like the late emperor's death was a good thing. King Huan really was a good man. After that, I stopped going out. As the wedding got closer, I couldn't help getting nervous. During that time, Ming Huan sent me all kinds of interesting things. Food, fun stuff, pretty things. Sent me all of it. He did it openly. Every noble girl out there was jealous to death. On Kikshi Festival, Ming Huan sent over a red fox mask. Invited me out with him that night. I agreed with a smile. Night quietly fell. The capital was glowing with festivity. Ming Huan came to my house in plain clothes. He was holding a black fox mask, too. My brother walked up to Gu Ming Huan and threw a friendly arm over his shoulder. Your Majesty, I only have one sister. I have to protect her. Otherwise, I'm not working for you anymore. Gu Ming Huan nodded seriously, then turned to look at me. His gaze was cool and clear. My cheeks warmed a little, and I quickly looked away. Ming Huan had me put on the mask, put his on too. When he stepped beside me, I instantly got nervous. Tonight, I'm not the emperor. Just want to spend cheeksy with you. Don't have to be nervous. Just call me Huan. His voice was just like him, cool and beautiful. I realized my heart was pounding. Took my hand and quietly led me out of the house. We both wore masks. No one knew who we were. The streets were lively. Couples were everywhere. What we were doing didn't seem out of line. The crowd surged around us. We walked hand in hand through the crowd. Afraid I'd get bumped into, switched to holding my shoulder. It was practically tucked into his arms. I could smell that faint osmanthus scent on him. Tongue got tied. Wan-qing kicked your hand. I was afraid he'd accuse your father of colluding with a prince and plotting rebellion. What I was doing had been exposed. It would have brought disaster on all of us. I found out the late emperor had arranged your marriage to Shen-xun. Couldn't sleep at all. I hated myself. Not my favorite will always be Ah Huan's eyes.